Okay, I got us live now. Just wait on. Somebody's coming on, and then we're gonna start back into the meditation. So tonight's meditation is going to look at the 5 elements. Very, very old system. Chinese medicine is based upon it, and martial arts are based upon it. Ayurvedic medicine is also the Indian medicine, the oldest in the world. It's based upon the elements also. I'm going to teach you a very simple version. I'll talk about the traditional one, and then I'll teach you sort of modern version, and it's a great one for kids as well. If any of you is into coaching kids, it's a good exercise to do as well. So I'll say I'll just wait on somebody is coming on, and we'll get this kicked off. So hopefully you have had time to practice what I have been putting up. Putting the basics together for your meditation. The basics, the fundamentals, the foundation is what counts. If you don't have time to do any specific meditations, then I always recommend just doing the very simple basic meditations, because everything is built upon a foundation, and the foundation of any skill that we learn as humans is always the basic foundation. So what time is it? Okay, so the elements, the 5 elements spoke about. Now the Indian medicine would still have the old elements. It was changed in the Chinese because a lot of people found it hard to get their head around ether, the energy. So the 5 elements, the most popular 5 elements, and the way it's taught in Chinese medicine and martial arts is fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. Now, the way these correlate with health is the fire element is related to the emotion of joy. The organs that relate to that emotion and the element are the heart and the small intestine. Earth, the next element, is related to worry, and the organs related to the earth element are the stomach and the spleen. Then you have metal. The element metal is related to grief, and the associated organs with metal are the lung and large intestine. Then we move on to water. Water is related to the kidneys and the bladder, and it is associated with the emotion of fear. Then lastly, wood, which is associated with the liver and the gallbladder and the emotion of anger. So take the first element we spoke about, fire. Fire is related to the heart and the small intestine, and it has the emotion of joy, really the energy joy. If somebody lacks joy in their life, very serious people, that's why a lot of senior executives and people who work the clock around, and they don't have much time for their passions or their hobbies or their joy in life. A lot of them suffer heart conditions. Lack of joy affects the heart energy. Earth, stomach and spleen, its emotion was worry. People who worry consistently end up with irritable bowel syndrome or stomach ulcers. Metal is grief, lung and large intestine. People who hold on to grief long term, it affects the lungs. They develop breathing conditions. Water, kidneys and bladder, related to fear and anxiety. Somebody who's in constant high alert and fear, they burn out the adrenal glands that sit above the kidneys, causing adrenal exhaustion, weak joints, sciatica, lower back pain, and just lethargic all the time. a suppressed immune system. Anger, liver and gallbladder. People who damage their liver through time, through, say, alcohol abuse, they're very aggressive, angry people. Okay, so the elements must change, like the emotions. The energy runs around the organs in the body in a 2 hour cycle. Acupuncture is based on this. Applied kinesiology. So uh, it shouldn't stop. If somebody's angry all the time, then it affects their liver. If somebody lacks joy for long periods, it will affect the heart. If somebody worry's a popular one. Modern day warriors, irritable bowel syndrome is a big symptom of warriors. So these are natural emotions. These emotions must constantly move like the seasons. Okay, it can't stay summer all year, or everything would overgrow. If it's winter all year, it's cold, yet nothing will grow. So it has to change like the seasons. Our emotions have to be brought up and expressed. Funny, just as I'm on the emotions, I can't remember what, maybe it was the second video. A friend of mine had typed in a question about guilt. And guilt is an unnatural human emotion. It's not on the five emotions. Guilt is usually taught to us to control us at a young age. If you stand on another spider, you'll go straight to hell. Yeah. Um, you're made to feel shame and embarrassment if you do certain things. All the other emotions are telling us something. If you lack joy, um, you know, then that's telling you that there's no passion in your life. If you are angry, that's saying that something's not fair. If you're feeling anxiety and fear, that message is telling you that there's danger. Back off. Okay, so the only thing that guilt does is it turns the anger inside. You're reflecting that you're a bad person, that you should be ashamed, that you're no good, that you should beat yourself up. This um, this can go very deep, and then it turns to an autoimmune disease where the immune system actually turns against the body. So I always thought, before I trained in advanced medical hypnosis, I was always under the impression it was anger. It was one of the biggest causes of human cancer. But after that course, I realized that, and they emphasized it a lot, it was guilt. Okay, because it's the first thing that will turn internal. So if you've made mistakes, you learn from them. If you've done something wrong, you learn from it. Guilt is a waste of human energy, and long-term guilt, long-term beating yourself up, putting yourself down for maybe decisions you made a long time ago, is a total waste of time, because every decision we make as a human being is made according to how you're feeling at that present moment. If you're feeling bad, you're going to make a bad decision. It's as simple as that. So move on and let it go. Reframe it, like I spoke in other videos. Reframe it and move on. Let go of the guilt. It's not a natural emotion. So this is my opinion. All these videos, they're my personal opinion due to my personal experience and my therapies. They mightn't fit everybody's pigeonhole, but that's just where I am with my work. And guilt is something that has to be, when I'm working with anybody, I want to know what's going on in the subconscious level. I have ways and methods. I'll always ask, and find out and analyze what's going on a conscious level. But it's more importantly that I understand what's going on a subconscious level. And if there's any self-punishment going on, I have to clear that before I do anything else. because you can have all the best strategies in the world, you can have all the help in the world, all the best people around you and support. But on a subconscious level, if you believe you're not worth having anything, if it believes that you deserve to be punished, you're not going to have anything. Even if you want to stop biting your nails, you have to believe that you're worth having nice nails. Simple as that. Okay, so that's, I'm not going to go into the meditations on the elements because it can get a bit deep, and it's a bit long for this. But speaking of the 5 elements, when we're practicing Qigong, the breath work with the body, some of the sets you hold the hand like this. And I think it's a fantastic way to hold the hand when you're meditating or you're teaching children to meditate. Because when I'm practicing or I'm teaching this to youth, I touch the thumb first, and then I think about the thumb. Okay, the thumb's up. Whatever happens in your life, it's okay. It's outside our control, like what's going on at the minute. So every day has to be okay. Have that attitude. That's okay. I can deal with it. Okay. You join the second finger, your meditation. That's the finger that points the way. So every day, point the way. Every day, get focused on what you want out of the day. What do you want to get from the day? Don't just try and get through your day, get from your day. So this is the finger that points the way for the day. Okay? The third finger is, when you're doing that, that's your flicking finger. Everything we do every day, there will be some sort of fear. Now, fear is just a vibration I spoke about before. It's a vibration. It's a very strong one for people. It brings a lot of scary stories with it. So every day, flick fear on the nose. You feel it coming up as if you're flicking it on the nose, like a really annoying person. Flick it on the nose. So flick fear away. Don't even, you're not punching it, you're not wrestling with it. Don't make a perception out that it's a big scary thing. Flick it on the nose. That should be your attitude with fear. Okay? The fourth finger, when you join the fourth finger, think about always going forth, always moving forward in your life, always moving forward through the day. If you're going to fall forward. Keep going forward. Doesn't matter what's going on around you. I don't know who coined the the saying, but it's one of my favorites. If you find you're going through hell, just keep going. Don't stop. Keep moving. It's hard to hit a moving target. So that's your fourth finger. And then when you join the little finger, remind yourself of the little things that you should be grateful for every day. We've spoke about this in the other videos. The little things like you had a breakfast this morning, you woke up in a bed, you were surrounded by, you could lift the phone even and phone loved ones. They're still here. You have internet, you have a watch, you might have a car, I don't know. So the little things. So that's a nice meditation on itself, a nice morning meditation where you're joining the hands in this position. You can hold them down at your, what we call the Dan chin. It's the center of the body. So you hold them here. Okay. Close your eyes and focus on the thumb first. Think to yourself, whatever happens today, it's okay, I can deal with it. As you think about your index